Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to DX Evening Toy, the channel that wants to go outside for a wash air. Tonight's evening toy is DX9's War in Pocket Flamethrower Bumper, or Legends Class Slag. I never thought I'd be collecting third-party Legends Class figures, but DX9 has been doing a really great job of it, and he's bigger than I thought he was going to be. I like this series. I like the style they're going for here. Now, on my channel you'll see I've done a review of DX9's Doombringer set, which is their Galvatron, Cyclonus, and Scourge. And I really like those figures a lot, so I thought I was definitely be in for the Dinobots. However, they're bigger than I expected them to be. I would say they're bigger than the Legends class. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Dinobots are supposed to be larger than the rest, but I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. So I'm going to be doing some comparisons. Here's the Bumblebee that I just reviewed. Here's Legends Gears and Shockwave. This will, be better in robot mode comparison. But let's take this out of here. Some cool artwork on the box also. Now the thing is, okay, he's a Legends class Dinobot, but here's the G1 Slag. He's almost the same size, isn't he? Now, that said, he is a cool figure, and he's very good quality, and he has a very clever transformation. So, there's that. The last thing on my list of cons is the joint tolerance I find very tight. I thought he would be... See, my thinking was with these Legends class, they're fun just to keep on your desk and fiddle with and transform back and forth. However, the stiffness in his joints, make it a little bit less fun than it should be. So I will show you how it transforms. And before I do that, though, just to go over a few more things, he has translucent red horns, and they're fixed in place. You can remove these. They're on a square peg, which means they do not rotate. Which I kind of like, because that means they're always in the correct position. On the other hand, if you want them to spread wider, like they do on every other version of Slag, you can't do that. I do like the yellow that they've chosen. It's more cartoon-like than the clear, smoky plastic or gold. He does have some clear plastic here. It's that smoky, translucent again. Now, the way this guy transforms, I'll go through the whole thing, but his tail becomes his feet, and these are his arms, and these front legs are hidden on his back, which means these do become his legs, but this becomes his feet. So this is fake. This doesn't really... Normally these are his feet, right? But it doesn't use that, so this doesn't really need to be there. They could remove that and just have a nice sleeker looking Dinobot body, but I guess it's just there for G1 accuracy. So whether that's pro or a con is up to you. He does have some nice paint. The eyes are painted well. There's some paint here, and I believe these panels here are silver, a different shade of silver. I think this is different. It's really hard to tell, but it looks like they stand out. This looks different to me than the rest of the body. If that's the case, then that's very cool. It could be a trick of the eye. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think they're a bit lighter silver. The weapon storage is not so great. You can only put it here. This is the only place I can find. So, not the best. But that is a good way to get his hands out during transformation. And here he is with Fans Toys Scoria. So let's transform him. The hard part here is to unwrap this. This is wrapped all the way around his arm back here, and you have to get that out. So let's first separate his tail. I find it's easier if you bend this down and then split this apart. These are his toes here. So once you get this out and split, you've got to unwrap this here from this double hinge. This body and leg has to swing around here, and it's kind of tricky. So the instructions say to fold this down like this first on that joint, And then I guess you can do this. Oh, this is scary. And then this leg goes up, I suppose. And yeah, that's how you do it there. This one is not going as well for some reason. I feel like this is going to get chewed up quickly by transforming it. Okay, I did it. There's a ball hinge here that was this wobble back and forth, so I had to get that a bit closer, and then I was able to unwrap it. Okay, so that's out. Alright, now we can finish with the legs. These are tabbed on under here, so we've got to kind of pry them off the side at the same time as the top. That one's come loose now. There we go. See the little pin there? Okay, so now these can come down. This part is brilliant, I think. So now the toe comes out. This point of the tail folds back under the toe, and then this goes around. Yeah, okay, there's a hinge here. So a lot of hinges. So this will hinge down and fold back in, and use this double hinge to get it closer, so it folds in. So let's see that again in slow motion. From another angle, this is the part here, and it tucks in like that. Really cool, very clever, I think. And then this is the chest, so we have to spin it around. You can kind of see how this is going to come together. This is the old style of back wings here. These go out, and then this is new. These front legs just fold up onto his back. That, and then you can push the waist down. This goes and tabs up into place, and these come down. Get his hands out here. You need to use the accessories to get those hands out, or a little tool like that. And then his head comes down into place, and there is Slag, or Bumper, and pretty cool. His head's on a swivel ball joint, and he stands pretty well. Here it comes with his little pistol and his little sword, just translucent red like the horns. It's kind of cool. And this joint is really stiff in his elbow, so he does bend, but it is really difficult to do. That's the hardest joint, is the elbow. There's 2 screws in here. I find if I loosen this screw off, it makes it easier, but then you got a screw sticking out. So, and he has a swivel here too. I think the problem is this silver paint that they put on top makes things a bit too thick. They might not have accounted for that, which would make sense because these joints are easier, and the other DX9 figures don't have that problem. So I think that's what it is. So let's see him with the other DX9 figures. Again, there he is with Scourge and Galvatron and Cyclonus. So he's just towering over those guys. There's Bumblebee, Shockwave, Gears. So he's big. And there he is with a knockoff of G1 Slag, the same size as the original G1 Slag. So as you can see, he's almost the same size. Although the accessories are probably compatible too, because he's got these little hands. Okay, these are too big. No. These accessories are actually too large to fit in his handfuls, so you cannot trade accessories. Although I guess the DX9 could hold the G1 accessories. So there's DX9 Bumper, their version of Slag in Legends, quote-unquote Legends scale. As always, thanks for watching, and hey, thanks for watching.